Hello, everybody, and welcome to our next episode of Writers React. I am still getting used to the name, but I keep telling myself the more I say it, the easier it'll get. But we are a group of friends and writers who like to talk about the things that are happening in the bookish and writing community. So I'm going to let my friends introduce themselves. We'll start with Des and swing it around. Go for it, my friend.
Hello, friends. I'm Desiree M. Ortega. You can find me on YouTube at Coffee Reading Writing. I also occasionally stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Desiree M. Ortega. I'm one half of the writing duo Desiree. We write short romance, and they're all published currently on Amazon ebooks, so you can go check them out there, and that is me.
Hello, I'm Esther Maria Andujar. I'm a Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be a hybrid author, and I am resurfing from the sick land. So I apologize for the horrible, scratchy voice, but this is what you get today. I have a YouTube channel under the same name where I do writing vlogs, chatty videos, and run the Romance Writers Room, which is a spin-off of the Writers Room run by Barrett, Morgan Lee, and Tiffany Russell. I do also write under a pen name that no one knows the name of it, and it will stay like that until, I don't know, however long. What else? I do know I have a Twitch. I will find a way to use it. And that's who I am, D.
Hi everyone, I'm Dee. I write under the pen name Sky Winter, and now that everyone now knows a pen name that I'm going to be calling project or code name Becky, because Becky with not the good here, But I will be publishing romance under both. I love romance. Different genres in romance, but romance under both. So if you like romance, check that out. I have a book that is now currently, it's been out for about 2 weeks. It's called One Night with Summer under Sky Winter. It's on Amazon. It's on Kindle. You can check that out. I have videos on YouTube. Every Tuesday, I'll be doing a live now because I love not editing for Trophy Tuesdays around 5 o'clock-ish. It's just about 30 minutes, so if you miss it, you miss it. It's fine. It will live there for replay. And yeah, that is me. Oh, I do beta reading and bookish designs, cover designs, website designs, anything bookish related. That's me. Yeah.
And you're here on my channel. I'm Nia the Vixen of Fiction all over the internet. I also stream on Twitch. I will be back to my regular schedule starting tomorrow because I need to get back on track. Okay. I'm a genre hopping writer and reader. I love my books. I do have a short story out called The Art of Wish, and I have my second short story in that series coming out called The Fairy Stepmother Wish. It's super cute. So hopefully you guys like it. If you like cozy contemporary paranormal fantasy, that's what it is. So if that's your jam, you need a palate cleanser between your dystopian, you can check that out. I'm ready to dive in. We've got some pretty juicy topics for today. So I don't know. I'm wondering who wants to explain the topics. I'm gonna pop them up. I know that we got one from Des. I think one of these we might have gotten from Esther, and I know we've gotten some from Deidre. So if you guys want to explain the topic that you came up with, you are more than welcome to. Otherwise, I will do my best. I try not to do too much of a deep dive because I want to react. The more I hear, I like to kind of be like shocked along with you guys, but sometimes I can't help but deep dive because these topics are just like, what?
Well, I think I didn't deep dive any except the agent one because I was like, oh,
Yeah, the agent one, I had to deep dive it. I had to.
I'm like, this is so juicy.
It's so good.
Yeah,
All right.
because I love the shenanigans. I'm always just scrolling and deep diving and going down rabbit holes.
All right, we're gonna start with this one though. Should book reviewers hold back on bad reviews, or you ready, Deidre?
I get this because I'm guilty. So
Okay. Explain what happened. Explain what happened, and then we can form our opinions. So I did a tiny dive on this one, not a deep dive, a tiny dive, because
there is a hot take going around on threads that essentially when you do ARC reads, authors, guilty one like me, sometimes request that their ARC readers hold back if they read the book and it's like 3 stars or below, sometimes even 3 stars. They hold back the review for at least like a week or 2 weeks before, so that the algorithm doesn't assume that all the books or like the book is trash, basically. So we ask our ARC readers, not we. So authors ask their ARC readers, telling on myself, to hold back their low reviews for a while until the book is already out for a few weeks. So seeing that I'm talking and I'm guilty, I will say I have done this in the past before I knew it wasn't like common practice, because I read a lot of ARCs and authors always ask me to hold back my review. So when I started doing ARC reads, I asked my readers with my full chest to hold back their review. Did not knowing that this was not common practice. So I am guilty, but I will be quiet now. I have learned, I am reformed, and I'll be quiet and pass it along.
All right. So when I first heard about this story, I understand, Deidre. Trust me, I understand. But also, I'm like, if you're asking someone to review your book, do you have the right to tell them how to behave in their reviewing process? I feel like a better way to do this, and because I am doing Codename Penny, I write under a pen name as well. So I am in some book reviewers, private chats, and they don't care that we're writers. They just like, let us know if you're a writer. I'm like, I'm a writer, so they don't care. But there are some of them that they say it's their practice that they don't. They automatically do that, while others are like, don't tell me what to do. And so I understand the not wanting your book to get slammed from people who don't like it for whatever reason, right when it's debuting. That's crushing. I know. I feel it for you. I feel it with you. We don't want that. But we can't tell people how to review.
I will say from my experiences, even if you don't tell people that, most ARC reviewers are very gracious. Like they will, if they don't like a book, they'll either not review it at all, and some of them will email you, say, hey, I read the book, unfortunately it wasn't for me, I won't review it, or they probably won't put their review there until after. But yeah, I've learned.
See, for me, on a marketing standpoint, as a fellow author, I get it too. Like I absolutely get it. From a marketing standpoint, it's a good plan. Unfortunately, thinking of it from the reader's perspective, if readers found out that authors were doing this, you have just lost the trust now of a bunch of readers who would find this out and not feel like then you're putting forth an honest, like letting people be honest about their experience with your books, even though that's not your intention.
Mm-hmm.
That will definitely lose the trust of other readers if they find out about this, what they would feel is a marketing ploy that feels dishonest, probably. And again, not being anyone's intention. And again, from a marketing standpoint, totally makes sense from like a behind the scenes aspect. Unfortunately, if readers found out about it, which apparently they have now, that very much does, then your marketing plan just went in the trash. And now the opposite happens because we lose the trust of readers, feeling like they're not going to get honest feedback and experiences from other people about your book. So then they're not going to want to do anything with that author's book and future books possibly. So yeah, it's tricky because now that it's out, I'm sure people are definitely getting hurt by it. Authors are are losing probably some reader trust.
See, and it's
Yeah.
done so many times. I just honestly did not know this was not just the way it was done, because it's been
Mm-hmm.
done for years.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
So
It was a
so
behind the
my
scenes thing, yeah.
so my thing with this is like I understand for indie authors because I did so we have to make it a really stark mark. This do not affect trap pub authors at all. This is purely the indie world, which has a more symbiotic relationship with readers, and whether they are ARC or just your regular run of the mill reader. My problem with this is what usually helps the book to show up because this is to get the book to show up in the algorithms in Amazon is the amount of reviews, not necessarily the stars of how long the review is. Cuz if you have 25 are readers and just 5 of them review and there are 5 stars, you're not going to get showed. It doesn't matter all 5 are 5 stars. It's not going to get the oomph that it needs compared to another book that will get 15 reviews out of the 25 and they're a mix of 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1 stars. And that's the thing that I'm like, you guys just don't get it yet. That is not the stars that prompts you, is the amount of reviews that you get, is quantity. Again,
yeah,
all of these algorithms are quantity. So I will be more, I will try to be more like mindful to get all of my or most of my our readers to actually review however stars they want to put than the stars reviews
see,
coming in first.
Yeah.
you're looking at it from an algorithm standpoint. Most
Because
authors,
that's the reason mainly why a lot of these early reviews are going up
I
for.
won't I
Yeah.
won't out the person that recommended me do this, but the person that recommended me do this had nothing to do with algorithm. And it's a big author. But they basically were saying that that first week of release is where they want to get most of the hype from actual
Yeah.
readers. And a lot of readers are not, if the book comes out and has like 5 reviews and all 5 are 1 star, most likely they're just going to skip over it. So they wanted to make sure that most of the reviews they were getting in that first week were positive reviews.
Because
That's
it's
what
just
Yeah.
5 reviews too. Because if as a reader, if I see a book with just 5 reviews and all of them are 5 stars, I'm like, these are just friends. These are not
Yeah.
real readers.
well, you'd have
It
a
goes the
five
same
or
way.
3. It's just 2 and 1 that they hold. Well, I'm
But
saying they as if I didn't see it.
it's still the quantity because hype is
Yeah.
built by quantity.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when you're writing your book based on, like, say specifically to appeal to like TikTok and book talk, and the amount of reviews isn't mattering at that point. These book talkers that in the vein that they were selling it to me, these book talkers that they're trying to get to pick up their book are not looking at the amount of reviews. They're looking at the hype. They're looking at what the reviews are saying and what star rating they have. So they were trying, the how it was put to me was that that was the reason. It had nothing to do with the algorithm, because I see a book,
But
books
again,
much reviews that the algorithm
how
doesn't pick up.
how do you get to have a good average review at the top of your Amazon page for the book, and that little dandy amount of reviews is by getting a lot of reviews.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
remember,
it will bomb if you have 15 reviews and 10 of them are 1 star and just 5 of them are anything between 5 and 3.
yeah, but
100%.
remember, these reviews will still eventually get there. They're not telling them not to review. They're just telling them to not to asking
Yeah.
them
They're asking to
hold their
hold
review
them.
until like the second week or
It
third week of release.
it's still like you're already trying to
It is manipulation. I have my
You're
eyes
you're
on
you're
it.
already know how the algorithm on Amazon works. You're trying to, with no fault, because everyone is here trying to get to have money, of course, but
Mhm.
you're already trying to manipulate
Mhm.
how you're gonna get seen in this website. On
Yeah.
top of that, you're gonna manipulate when the people who are reading for free, they're gonna post, and within which rank of stars they're gonna post. Because
Mhm.
if I was an art reader and someone tells me that and that rubs me the wrong way, I could give you the 3 stars, 3.5, write my real review, and then a week after be like, oh yeah, let me think about it again. I'm gonna bump it down to 2,
Yeah.
Well, that
What
probably
I can I say what
and
I've
and
seen.
then I'm like rigging everyone.
Yeah. What I've seen, the ones that I've seen on, it's mostly Instagram where I've seen these ones done. If a book's not for them, they will write their review on and put the review on Instagram and tell you what their star rating is, and but they won't add it
to
to
the
their Goodreads just yet. But that's their choice. So they're, you know what I
Are
mean?
you
No one's
think
telling
that's
them
their
to do it.
choice? You
That is
think
their
that's
choice to
their
do
choice?
that.
Because I'm telling you, I've been art reading for a lot of big names and all the big names, because that's why I thought it was common practice.
Not
All
to
the big
ask.
names have been doing this for years, so you think that's their choice, because that's what I used to do. I used to not review on Goodreads and Amazon, and then I would just write my review on my blog when I was doing it, and just hold it because they would tell me not to publish on Goodreads or Amazon. I just thought it was common practice. It's been done for
Um,
years. I'm telling you, by major authors, and I'm like, oh, this is not right.
yeah.
Okay.
And the thing is that sadly, I believe that. I
Mhm.
definitely believe that because there is some OGs in the indie space that have gotten big and they utilized whatever tools they found to do it. And now unfortunately us smaller people, we don't want to come off dishonest. We don't want to manipulate the readership, and so it's a little harder not to play those games. But
Yeah.
in the industry, on both sides, there are games that are played behind the scenes that readers have no idea, and it's sad because it's like you feel almost trapped. Like, do I play the game? Is this going to guarantee success? But then how am I going to sleep at night for real if I
Yeah.
play these games? And then if I do get some success from it, how is that going to feel really in the end? So sadly, the reality that this, like, I totally believe you, D, because it would not surprise me at all that that is the game that's been played and that has gotten many people, to manipulate their success,
Yeah.
and it is what
I,
it is,
and
unfortunately.
I do believe that, because in case people don't know, when you're in a galley and if you have left too many quote unquote bad reviews for some trap authors, they will stop approving um, arcs for you, and that's how
That part.
trap cuts you off.
That part. That's the next part I was gonna bring up because
So
ARC reviewers do worry if they're the ones that are really looking to get ARCs, and like it's their job. Like I'm shocked at how they are about getting ARCs. It's when you get a little bit behind the scenes, it's like they are serious. Like serious. They're talking about I tried. They're like applying to get in to get arcs and things like that, and upsetting like, did you try for this one? I tried for that and I didn't get it. How did you get it? And like there's a lot going on behind the scenes, so it's
I see a
real
lot
to them.
of
Like it's not just we're just making TikToks and Instagram reels. No, they're like serious.
It's a rat
So
race. It's
and they
like
think about that. They do think about that if they post a really bad, if they're known, if they consistently start posting those bad reviews all the time right up front, the day that the book releases, will they not get picked up or will they be booted?
what I've also found is that this can backfire. Doing this can backfire, y'all, because with the trend now of people rant reviewing and basically you telling them to hold the one, they hold that 1-star review, but guess what? It's not only going to be on Amazon now, it's going to be a whole video, a whole TikTok, a whole like going hard on the book. So it doesn't work out.
And sometimes those rant reviews be making people curious. Like, why is it so trash? I need to know.
Yeah. But sometimes bad publicity is not that, it doesn't end up being good.
Yes. All right, let's go. I'm going to check out some of you guys' comments. Eva says reviewers should be honest. Reviews can score based on their own needs. Some track books specifically. And I think rules around reviews are limited to the site hosting the reviews. In my opinion, the authors and their feelings and their profits aren't anyone else's business, to be honest. It's kind of true. Yeah. If a 3-star review from a book reviewer on a good book will still do well by people disagreeing. That part. Exactly. Eva had a lot to say. And I already doubt compliments because people refuse to critique. Don't do that to my books. Don't 5-star it just because. Buy it to support me. Reading is also cool. And Richard said, also not being funny, but if your book has 100% 5-star reviews, it does look a bit, it does to me too. I mean, unless it's only one person reviewed it and they loved it and nobody else knows about it. So, but other than that, I'm just like, then I'm like, that must be your friend anyway, because it's only one person. So I don't know. I don't know. Rachel says there's still a meme floating around about the stars and the meaning of them, but it's completely unsubstantiated. Yeah. And saying that people are most motivated to actually put the effort in and post a review if they either love or hate the book. So 1 or 5 stars is most likely for that reason. Yeah, I think that's true for like regular people who are reviewing books. But I think that for the reviewers, they're actually trying to be more honest because they want to build their reader following and they want to get more arcs. So I think that actual reviewers are hopefully trying to do their best, or they could be just giving 5 stars just so that they'll get more arcs. At this point, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Honestly, I just personally, as an author, I just would like for 50% of my art readers to actually review within that first week. I don't care the stars. I don't care what you actually write in the review. Just write the review in the first week and post it. If half of y'all do that, we're cool. Good to go. You can trash it for all I care.
All right. We're anybody else got anything greasy?
Oh, Esther and that's in the trad pub hopefuls. Y'all can explain this.
Oh my gosh, hold on.
All right.
Oh my gosh, hold on. I'm blind. Oh God. Esther, do you want to give the preliminary introduction? You or Nia who did the deep dive?
I shared most. Surprisingly, I'm the one that came up with all of these. I'm on TikTok and Threads too much. I was just giving someone else a chance to speak.
Yeah, when you shared that, I was like, oh, I just saw that, and I'm like, but I am not surprised at all.
Yeah.
So was this agent that I'm gonna say apparently, because timeline is a little skew with when they posted it, and I don't know when they exactly read the query.
It was on
apparently they read a query, and apparently they went immediately to their Twitter, and again, a lot of apparentlys, because
it was the 23rd of June.
I need to say my ass because I am also hopeful.
Allegedly,
so,
allegedly.
So everything is not everything is allegedly, but
if y'all have Twitter,
I gotta cover my head. So
Maybe I
this
should read this and not
agent,
get in trouble.
so
Don't get
this
it.
agent tweeted that they read a query, and we're just saying we read a query. We're not gonna assume anything else. They read a query, and then they went to Twitter and say that they would love for another person to write come title plus come title and just to write that because that will work best. And it also implies that that those come titles were a great descriptor of what the query was about. Because again, we don't know what the query is about. We don't know if the query used those same comes. So there's a lot of things that it's like he said, she
Well,
said. But
mm,
the thing is like this agent went to Twitter pretty much saying, I read this query, but I would like another person to write it and not the person who queried it to me.
Yeah,
That's
I,
that's the
I mean,
gist.
the way
I
it
like
was just put out, it was literally. I mean, I don't know if this needs to be a legend. There is a
the
tweet
legend because I'm
that
looking at that
just
tweet. That's
says,
what I'm saying.
just read a query that
Mm-hmm.
was essentially comp title meets comp title,
Mm-hmm.
and they put the genre. Now I
Mm-hmm.
want someone to write this for me, please.
Mm-hmm.
But
What is that?
just is something that people use in a very different manner. Like when I said, I mean, when I say just, it's not like I immediately read something
Right.
and grabbed my phone and went on to social media to say, oh, I just, no. My just is like, I don't know, 15 to an hour later is my just. Like
Sure.
I'm telling you something that I did like an hour ago.
Sure. We don't know when the query was read, but we know when the post was created. Hmm.
Yeah. And everybody who queried to that agent is probably like, what?
Side
I mean,
eye.
just imagine. I mean, okay, put yourself in this writer's
Can
shoes.
you imagine?
Querying is so hard. It's so
Yeah.
intimidating. It's
Mhm.
terrifying. It's anxiety inducing. You are sending out to multiple potential agents who you hope to go into business with, that they will come and be partnered with you to sell your book so you can get traditionally published. So here you are giving your baby that you have spent time working and cleaning up and preparing. That doesn't include the query package, which is a mission and a half to put together. And then here you're giving it to an agent. There is a general trust factor here that goes along with the process in the industry. And
Mm-hmm.
so obviously you're giving them a
Mhm.
spoiler book that was created by you.
Someone
And for
else.
them to read what you gave them, entrusted them with, and for
Mhm.
them to go, yeah, I'm not impressed by you wanting to your writing of this, but guess what? You know what? Hey,
No.
friends out in the social media public sphere, I just read this person who sent me their hard work, and they said that it's something like this and this, but they
Mhm.
didn't do it as well as I want them to. So putting it out there, can one of y'all write it instead?
They
Yeah.
don't even they didn't like do it as well as they wanted to. Listen, this is a weird world. It could be that they didn't like the person's race. Don't want to put that out there, but it could be. It could be that they didn't like the person's ethnicity. It's all you don't know what happened, but the fact that this person said, "Oh, we like your story, but we don't like you." Like, okay.
Yeah.
It was just bad
Because
I
form in
mean,
every
yeah,
manner.
because I
yeah.
feel like what we think is going to happen when we query, if we've written a book and like the story is solid, it's there, the premise is great, the characters are great. Yeah, I need to work on the story though. That the agent's going to see that and be like, let's get you a couple of good editors and really make this story everything you want it to be. And you're like, yay, you're querying. You're thinking, I found an agent. they're going to help me get this story to where I want it. The agent's like, no, I'm just going to get a better writer to write it.
But okay,
And
I'm
then
gonna come. I'm gonna come a little jaded, and I when they shared this, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be like the jaded person because I've been seeing this for years. But there's also not every agent is an editorial agent, so there are agents who want the book ready to be in submission. So they are agents that they don't want to do any work on the book. If you're an author there are agents that are not editorial. They are just out there to build their list with authors who already build their network to workshop their book, and then they will do their hardest to sell it, and then the author works with the editor to shape it in the way that fits the author and the publisher's vision. And then there are agents who will roll their sleeves and work that book with you. So there's this wrong idea that all of the agents will go and workshop that book with you. That's not there's not that.
No,
So let me straight up say that there's plenty of agents that are not going to workshop the book. They're gonna be like, this is probably something that you have to go back to your critique partners, maybe get a beta reader, but you workshop it and then you bring it back to me and I'll see if I like it enough to sell it for you.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's fair.
fair.
And
But
here's the other straight up ask someone else to write your book. Is
And then here's
Yeah,
the other
that's
aspect. I mean,
yeah.
just think about it. Here's this agent putting this out there. This person, this writer, they're still querying. That's not the only agent they
Yeah.
query to. So here's this association concept of a book that you're putting out there. Hey, can someone else write it? They're still querying. Someone else might take it up and want to publish it. And here you are trying to get other people to start writing it. You're creating a mess of a
And
potential.
God forbid that agent was someone they were really looking forward to signing them. So they queried and they're watching their social media. So immediately they get that rejection. And then shortly after, even if it's a couple days after, they see them asking someone else to write it. Can you imagine how degrading that is for that author?
Yeah.
It's really hard to get a rejection.
And also when you're in the query trenches, it's very hard for you as a writer to understand that you can give titles to 5 writers, 10 writers, and all of them will come up with different ideas and different stories. It's very difficult to think about that when you're in the query trenches. Because at that point, there's 2 points in the life of an author that feels like you're in the edge of the end of the world. And that is querying and submission, because everything is out of your control. And my reason to be jaded about this is because this agent made the very loud mistake to say they just read a query like this, those exact words, but for years, and like I say, years on years, because I've been watching Trump for so long, there's so many agents constantly saying, oh, I would like for something to land in my inbox that reads like this title with this title with this trope. And I'm always like, so what did you read in your email that prompted this? Because it's just not, I apologize, but I do not think that you just randomly are twiddling your thumbs and you're like, ooh, these 3 ideas are good. Let me tweet it out and see if it lands on my inbox. No. You probably read a couple of queries, maybe 1 or 2 sample pages and thought, Ooh, if this query was with this sample page, maybe. So,
Which is,
Like,
I
there's
mean,
nothing wrong with that.
they went about it in the sneaky way that protected them.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's
This person screwed up because they outwardly put that writer on blast that they're not good enough.
This
Yeah.
is hard to
Compared
say,
to
but
just saying,
lost their
I
job.
love this comp idea just
Mhm.
randomly, even if it's not.
Yep.
That would be cool if I read something like that. At least the way they worded it saved their butt.
Yep.
But this person screwed up because they outwardly put out that,
I'm sorry.
hey, I read from a writer something they sent me that is this and this. I want someone else to write it. Can you do that?
And
And then I'm also thinking these agents know each other in the industry.
yeah.
Yep.
So you don't, they're going to see that and know who you're talking about.
Mhm.
And that could influence them in a negative way against
No,
this writer.
not only that, they probably, if they send multiple queries, another agent can open that query and be like, "Oh, I think this is the query that agent
Yeah,
thought,
exactly.
like tweeted about."
Exactly, because they all
Like-
know each other's socials. They're all following
Yeah.
each other. I mean, they have the hashtag, the manuscript wish list hashtag. They're all follow. They're gonna see that. They're gonna know who this person's talking about. And when they open,
And as with all things, this person was made the example of all because they lost their job. And
I didn't know about the follow up about
I-
this.
I
love
so
it.
I again I'm gonna be this is a little bit devil's advocate, but I thought that was a little too harsh because
She was the example.
Yeah, I
But-
feel like they
but
didn't
the-
have a choice because
well
she said the-
I
she
would
said the
have
quiet part out
I don't
loud.
know. To me, a bigger embarrassment will be down like how is it? It's not a downgrade. It is a downgrade. Like they bump you
Demotion.
Oh,
down.
demote you,
A
demote you.
demotion, but
that.
like not just like no, go to the level that is above an intern. Like go way down
And
The
and have
it's-
you mentor again.
It's
They
this
had-
part. This was my thought on why she had to be fired, even though I doubt she's the only one who's ever done this. Is because no one can trust her. So as long as the company keeps her,
They're tainted.
everyone who queries to them is going to think that that's what they're doing.
But again,
Yep.
this
There's
is
no
my
trust. Trust is gone.
this is a problem with canceling people so quickly. Are we gonna see the growth?
Yeah, is the company say we do not condone this,
Yeah,
and
the
our
company-
practice will be that if you query to us, we're not going to take your idea or your story, and that's
Yeah,
that's
because
what should
their
happen.
statement, they actually handled this from a peer. I'm pretty sure their PR team said, listen, their PR team said, break all ties and put a statement because their statement was very firm, very solid. They're like, listen, we decided it's best to part ways. This, we do not stand for this. What she did was outside of our normal values and what the company stands for. They were very firm in that thing. And I'm like, that some PR agent sat y'all down, told y'all, break ties, say this, because they had a really good response. And they had to do it, or else because readers were outraged. Authors were outraged. And so if they wanted to remain in business, keeping her in that company was detrimental to them. It's sad. She lost her job over something that, just like me, maybe someone else probably influenced her to do it. She probably saw other people and said, oh, let's do this, but they didn't tell her the wording. Or they didn't tell her how.
Also, I don't know how long her list of clients were because if she had a short list, does
They're all
at a
being
size at a size that agency is at, they will be taken care of. But if that agent had a really long list, I'm like a lot of those authors are going back to the query trenches.
Well, they said they
And-
were signing them, so hopefully they follow their word.
Well, when I read the statement, they said that they have assessed the people who have like books in production, books that are in submission. But if you're one of the authors that is not in any of those, and none of the other agents have a space or represent your genre, you're going back to the quarry trenches.
Oh.
Yeah, the agency doesn't have to stick with you as an author, because the business relationship was with the author and the agent.
Yeah, that's something.
That's why I was like, I understand making an example of the agent, but I'm also like, how long was the list of the agent that you cut ties and made all of these authors collateral? And like, yeah, you are kind of like saving face for your agency, appeasing the readers and the querying authors, but I'm like, how do we know this agent is gonna learn? Like, how are we gonna remember 5 years down the lane and this agent goes back to another agency?
Yeah, I sadly I don't think like it's definitely like a rock and a hard place. I think like there was no winning either way then, because if they stayed again, like the company and their PR protection people would be like, if you keep her, you're gonna screw the company over because people may like walk, you know, there may is there a reputation will come against the entire agency over this one agent's behavior. And when it comes to corporate America, you know that they're quick to be like,
Yeah, we're gonna cut
what
you.
greater good for us, sacrifice one for the greater of all, kind of a deal. But then it does suck thinking about if she had a list of authors under her, and it's true, they would have gone screwed over because they wouldn't have had anyone to put them with, so they would have to go back to the beginning.
But then too, you could argue what authors would want to stay with her, because in the back of your mind, you're gonna always be wondering, is she queer? Is when I pitch you my
I
idea,
mean, we
That
don't
was my
know.
agent, and she pulled
Wait,
that.
we don't know the relationship, because like, this is on different topics, but I remember a romance author getting a lot of like flag because all of the books that she was writing and publishing were pretty much prompted by her agent.
but
Yeah.
So it wasn't her ideas, it was just her agent's idea. So we don't know if this agent and their authors are just being fed up ideas and they write. So
Interesting.
we
Yeah.
don't know the relationship of those authors with that agent.
Yeah.
So
What if the
Oh
agent just found a
no!
good writer and was just like, "Hey, um,
Oh, interesting.
I
He
like
better
your writing, but can you write this story for me instead?" And they maybe don't even know that they've just been asked to write somebody else's idea,
yeah.
write
see,
somebody else's book.
well, and because
I'm
sorry,
gonna.
Laura,
Oh, this is very
made a-
scary.
Laura, you bit a bullet. You. I mean, don't definitely look at that rejection as a sad thing. That
Hmm,
was, you know, it's like the
see,
universe. What is like a rejection is like protection kind of a deal. Like,
now I'm gonna be stalking the socials, Laura, just to make sure I don't see that pop up anywhere else, because we don't play those.
but that's just wild. Yeah, it's like yikes. Yeah.
Very yikes. All right. We have already gone over an hour, so we're just gonna do one. Am I the a-hole? Da, da, da. Hang on, let me try to pull them up.
Yeah, no, I know it wasn't yours. Laura. I was like, it was not me.
All right, let me. How about this one? There's one that says, "Am I the a-hole for refusing to buy my girlfriend's book?" I have a whole bunch of them, but I think we'll do that one because it's short and it has a really good update. Let me see. We're going to present. And yay, it did the thing. Okay, so here we go. Let me pop this one down really quick. Ta-da! Here we go. So this one says, so am I the a-hole for refusing to buy my girlfriend's book? So my girlfriend, we live together, wrote, sold, and published her first book. I think that it is amazing, and I'm very proud of her. I believe I was very supportive, participated in beta reading, had my hand in text editing. There's an edit here. I did some changes in every single page, a lot of suggestions, editing. I do not want to undermine what she did, but I really did spend a lot of time on this and gave her a bunch of praise and critique. We celebrated when she sold the book to the publisher and all. So I don't believe that I was unsupportive. However, she got very angry today because I refused to buy a physical copy of the book. I said that I just don't get this. We live together. What? Her argument is we live in a small country and every copy sold matters and I should show support. I replied that the reader should buy her books, not her partner. Anywho, am I the a-hole?
That is,
dude.
God, jeez.
There's so much layered in there.
I love the edit. The edit is like, thank you, good people of Reddit.
Yeah.
I guess I'm an a-hole and I'm a fool. We'll try to do better. Cheers.
She wants your support.
See, there are two. It's a two-parter because I think as he did a lot, which is great. So I think she should give him like a complimentary, like swag and author copy. He should get it first of everything, but he should still go buy the book because guess what? It's your partner, right? You should buy them. Even if you don't buy it for yourself, buy it and gift it to someone else.
So like the expectation.
I mean, like all that work he put, and then he has to buy the book that he worked on with her. No,
I would buy it to support, like right. I would buy it not because I
would
was
all that work. No,
my husband is a reader, my alpha reader. Sometimes my editor because I ain't got no money, and he still buys every copy of the book.
Yeah. Here's the thing, dude. You missed an opportunity. No, right? You had to buy her book. No, but you totally missed an opportunity to buy her book and say, can you sign it? And just have her just absolutely love you. And then every time people like, I have a signed copy of my girl's book. You lost an opportunity for so many points. I'm just saying, sure. No, you don't have to buy her book. Whatever.
You don't need it.
If you're that pressed about it, don't buy it. Don't buy it. But I'm saying you missed an opportunity because it's apparently she would have loved that.
Spouse, a supportive partner. You don't have to read it. Of course, you already read it, sure. But you're just buying you should want to buy the very first copy because you're so proud. It's like
that's the thing. Here's the thing. It's a two-way street. It's the fact that it's like I don't know, I wouldn't say expect, but I guess I would assume that it would be an unconscious desire to just want to do it. Mm-hmm. She did not, her demanding it and then making the whole thing out of it, that's not cute. That's not cool. She didn't need to do that. She shouldn't have done that. She, that's her issue. That she there goes our host. I lost my
I agree. He's not
OTG herself.
He's not obligated to buy it.
She was the way she handled that, wrong. Him, it was like Nia was saying, it was an opportunity that hi, welcome back.
Don't mind me.
It was an opportunity that I would have, because I guess I would just naturally want to do that without being told, because it would be such a like exciting thing that it's a few bucks. It's a huge monumental moment in my partner's life, careers moment, and so I would do it unconsciously. But the whole her expecting it and then making a whole drama out of it is not okay.
That part. He's not obligated.
He's not obligated to do anything.
He's not obligated at all. No.
Like my husband is so proud of the little foo-foo books I put up. He has all of them on his. He goes around with phone. When I have even the little small paperbacks or the other ones that I had in big, he goes around. Did you know that my wife writes this or that? He has the whole small town here thinking I write smut for a living. I'm like, it's not smut. He don't care. He'll shout it from the roof to the first person to buy your book, even when no one else buys it. So that just that little thing, he wants to do it. I don't tell him to do it, but he's like, it's $2. We'll survive.
Yeah. So I would totally question the relationship if he didn't. Right, romance man. I'm just saying. Rachel said it would make her day. Yeah, if he did it without her pushing. Yeah, and I think it's the refusal that probably made her more like.
Probably.
Why wouldn't you already?
She was already at that point, so you just like pushed her over the edge.
You really did.
I just brought him to the bookstore and just watch what he does. I wouldn't even have asked.
It wasn't a healthy exchange. We're not saying it was a healthy exchange. We're just explaining where she was at. He didn't help. Where it went, probably. But
Esther doesn't agree with any of this.
I know. Esther
and Eva are like, But most of the people were like, it's up. This is the top comment. It's up to you, but I'm leaning towards you're the a-hole. Personally, I would buy my partner's book and get the very first personally. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I said. Personal signed copy to keep proudly show it off. But you do you. Will it break the bank to show her support? Will it hurt you to buy it? It's a pretty big deal to get signed in with a publisher. Congrats to your girlfriend. I wish her all the success. It's like she doesn't have the right to demand you do it. She's probably upset because you didn't. Which I mean, I can understand. I would argue back and forth with my partner if they did.
What happened? One of her girlfriends was probably like, "Oh my god, he probably got the first copy, right?" Like she asked her to sign, and she's like, "No," or she lied, and that's what started all. She goes back home. This is where this.
How to get a copy?
Her life was like, "Oh my god, did he buy the first copy and make you sign it?" And inside either she's lying, going, "Yeah, he totally did. Also, I find it funny
I feel like he worked as hard as she did on the book, and I probably for him, he's like, I have supported her as much as I could. This push was a little too hard. Like it would have been. I understand what you guys are saying. It would have been very sweet and really awesome if it comes from him.
Yeah.
Would I be mad and call him an a-hole because he didn't think of buying it? No, he did all that work for me already for free. Nah,
it wasn't free, ma'am. It was not free. They lived together. She be there cooking, cleaning, taking care. He was not free. Okay, I'm sorry.
She wrote that book.
Like, he better buy my book.
Right, while writing the book. He was doing housework and giving him services while writing that book.
And he helped her through that while working. So, if we're gonna get into a relationship and we start counting what you did and what I did, then that's doomed to fail.
I'm just saying, because you're saying he did it for free, but it wasn't for free.
Yeah, you're partners. You're in it together. And hell, I want to buy a copy of my own book, so why wouldn't he want to buy a copy?
I worked on it and I buy a copy. Why can't you buy a copy? It's like you want to support.
Because I don't Because I don't want it. I have already read about it so many times.
You have to read it.
Probably he is tired of the book. He doesn't want the book
don't
in
have to
his
read it.
vicinity.
Well, that's not good. That's not good.
It's
That's
not
not
good.
good that that's how he feels.
He's not saying that, but if she keeps pushing, he might say it.
She
He
should
might
not
be like, I'm freaking tired of this book, girl. Get
cannot
over
agree.
it.
You shouldn't be pushing. But I mean, we are tired. By the time we publish books, we're tired of them, and we still buy them. It's still ours. It's still our
We're so
baby.
proud and excited
Children-
about them.
children
Yeah.
purchase every day.
Tired
You
of
don't-
reading them over and over.
Then I'm probably the wrong person because I don't buy my own books. I don't buy Sally books.
You should.
No, because it will mess her algorithm. So no.
This is true.
No,
'Cause
well, don't
my-
buy them from your own account.
My,
That's
with
why
what account?
I should
With
buy.
what account do you think I'm good? I'm the only one in my family that reads. Desiree.
I have people, right, that don't read. Like, my best friend does not read to save her life, but she owns every copy of my books. And she only buys, granted, she only buys my books. She doesn't read, so it doesn't mess up my algorithm because my books are the only ones she's buying. But,
No.
I mean, people can just buy your book to support. They don't got to read
Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah.
no, I feel like I want because most my books are in KU right now, but like when I'm done with the Wish series, I want you know how Zara and everybody they hold up their books. Yeah, I want to hold up my book.
Right?
If you don't want to hold up your book, that's fine. But I want to hold up my book.
It hurts me
But
so
it's
much that these are
done.
book only.
That's fine.
You want to hold up a pretty book.
I mean,
Yeah, I just want to hold it and see it. Be
I
able to
love
see it
it.
in my hand and say I
my
did this.
psychiatrist bought my book for support. Just what they wanted. He wanted me to sign it just to show he was proud of what I did.
Right?
And I was only met up with him 3 times prior to that moment.
If your psychiatrist can buy your book, why can't your man?
Like, give
My
you a
new
little brownie.
psychiatrist. We didn't know each other long, but he was so proud that I was a writer. He
Just
was
proud of
amazing.
you.
I was like, he literally went on Amazon in front of me. Was like, just bought it. I was like,
That's
oh my
cute.
god.
You
Like,
see? And boyfriend missed that opportunity. Did you see the
Right?
look on Doug's face? Boyfriend missed that opportunity.
It's slim pickings out here to get brownie points. You want all the brownie points you can get.
That was an easy one. That was an easy one. And then not only that, but you could also say, and I worked on this book too.
Right?
It's like, I'm proud of your work. I'm just saying. Opportunities missed. Opportunities out the window. Instead, he wants to make her get hysterical about it and make her upset.
You guys
he looks
cannot
like- he
see
looks
me,
like
but
he's
I
the
am
bad guy
like
for the
shaking
Mandy.
my head with the most unamused face. I'm like, oh Lord,
I'm not having any of this.
no.
Esther's like, I'm not having it. Don't buy it.
No.
Don't buy it. You don't want it. I was like,
If
did
you don't want
this?
it, don't
No,
buy
then don't
it.
buy it.
Yeah.
Listen, at that point, Esther, we're not saying he's not buying it for himself. He's literally just buying it to make his girlfriend proud, or wife, or fiance, or whoever, just to make
What
her
would
happy.
be worse? What
like-
if her friend's boyfriend
Still,
was buying the book? That
he
would-
wants to please her. If he doesn't want to
Yeah.
please her that way, then find another way.
Yeah, but that's what we're saying.
Yeah,
we're
he
not
better.
saying that he has to. We're saying that he should want to.
But if he doesn't want to, like nothing, like the earth doesn't stop moving.
For in that moment, for her, it does. Okay, listen. When you're upset, nothing else matters in that point. It's like it could be the minute, the most important thing for you. It's the whole world. The world has stopped until you get my point across.
Oh,
You're gonna read that book. You're gonna smile while you're doing it.
I mean, I get about the dishes because we're both living in the same place and we should want to have a clean house. But a book? Nah.
It's the same thing at that point,
No.
It's your baby. You worked on it. This is
right?
like
Like working.
Then I will buy it. If it's not important to me, I will buy it.
But
It's not the same. It's not the same.
That's the point. So you're saying to her, what you're saying is that he is telling her he doesn't care about it as much. So I worked this hard on this book. You worked on it too, and you don't even care enough to buy a copy. Then you don't care about what I'm doing with my life. That's what you're telling me.
The other way around, and they were working on something that meant something to them, and you knew, like, if there was a way that you could participate in their achievement at the end of it to show that, like, you're so proud of what they did.
Do you know how much stupid you
if I don't want to, I don't want to. I'm an Aries. If I don't want to, I don't want to.
You need to know me. As I said, you need to know how I am.
Maybe set your expectations.
Different levels. That's what it is.
Set your expectations. I am the most honest person possible. Like,
Esther wouldn't care.
I supported you as much as I could. This is where I draw the line.
Yeah.
If that pisses you off,
you in a relationship, you should be doing things to please your partner. Clearly, this meant something to her. So whether it meant something to him, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't.
But he already did so much.
It doesn't matter. He should know who he's with.
Yeah, that's different. He knew she wanted him to buy that copy. That's why he asked. Otherwise, he wouldn't have asked him. Am I the a-hole?
Right? And he honestly, it's on his mind, or as he wouldn't have asked, right, Nia?
Yep.
He knows. He shouldn't have asked.
He's like, oh, she's really upset. She would have really liked this. Let me go ask.
No. I'm glad I'm single, because I'll be like, that pisses you off, that after all this time I've supported you, now it's where you're no.
It doesn't matter. Support doesn't stop.
It has to matter.
Because you just did this.
You still supporting the person. Like, it's no.
Support me this way too.
Like I will put an example. My mom used to sing in a choir at our church. I help her learn all the different lines, even though I don't sing her register. She sings a lower register that I'm used to. Did I bought the CD? No, because I don't like to listen to that kind of music. I'm not someone who likes to listen in my car. Choir music plus is a lot of music that I've been listening for years. No.
Girl, my parents are ministers and they've bought every single book that I've released. They're not reading it, but they're proud of the person that wrote it. They're just supporting me.
I supported her, and where I am okay with supporting her.
Yes. I feel like
I am not okay buying the CD of something that's just going to be in a corner, just picking up dust, and then with time, people will grow resentful and be like, so you buy it and you're not listening? You buy it and you didn't even read the acknowledgement? And then you're going to be in a pickle again.
But
so
maybe
no.
Because she could be like us, that I don't care if they read the book. You bought it to support me. That means something.
She made a scene for him not wanting to buy the book.
I think that's right.
She will make
to bring her to that point.
She will make a scene if he doesn't read the book.
Worse if maybe she brought him there thinking that, made a big deal of it. Okay, I'm gonna carry him here and he's gonna buy the book, and she's just waiting and the book isn't being bought, and it just something happened to get to that point. He didn't tell the whole story. Something happened. We are not out here people. No, something happened.
And Eva, to your point, it's not the money. That's not the point.
Right.
Because if I have a $7.99 paperback book on Amazon, over a $50 bouquet of flowers, like, I would want the $7.99 because of what it means, not because it was $7.99. Mm-hmm. It was not the money, it's not like I'm asking you to go poor either to buy a book I just published.
You can buy it. You can even buy that at author. You can buy money. It doesn't matter if it's money. You can buy an author copy. I don't care how you buy it.
It's what it represents. That you're showing the celebration of an accomplishment, kind of
That
deal.
we
And yes, there are many ways to do it. We're just saying this was a missed opportunity that, like, it's a small thing. It's a small thing. Her book was probably what, $15.99? Like,
that much.
I mean, it could be higher. She said they live in a small country, so they're not in the U.S.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so
but it
Maybe
doesn't
higher.
sound like he financially couldn't do it, because I
yeah,
feel like that would
he
be
could
like
do it. And he
understated.
came up to and said, honey, I'd love to buy the book, but financially, where we are, we live together. I can't afford it. She would have probably gifted him the book.
That's
He
so
just
great.
wanted it.
Yeah,
That's
that's not the reason why he gave,
right.
It's not the reason he said. And yeah, my husband would totally buy my books if they were hardback. Ebooks, he's not going to buy ebooks, but I'm not going to buy the ebooks. But the hard copy that I want to hold in my hand, yes, that one. Because he knows, my husband would know that I would want that, you know. So yeah, he just would. He just would. I'm just saying.
A little louder so he'll hear. So he knows.
My babe would buy my book if it was a hardcover. No, he totally would. Oh gosh, it's funny. All right. This was a lot of fun, friends. We've been here for an hour and a half, so we are gonna go. Do you guys want to do any outros? Maybe say if there's a book or something that you want to promote, put out there. I'll give you that chance. Start with Des and swing it around.
Hi, friends. I'm in all the places I mentioned earlier. I'm working my way on getting back to all the places I mentioned earlier. So, stay tuned. We're getting our life together one day, sooner or later, and stuff will happen again, and you'll see me again and published again. And anyway, follow me on socials, and I'll let you know when that happens. Bye.
I shared the sentiment that Des just so eloquently shared. I will be around when this effing call wants me to be around. Buy my books when they are available, or you don't love me.
Yes.
And if you don't, I will forever hang it over your head.
My cheeks hurt. Oh no.
Oh gosh. How do I follow that? Hi. I'm books, Feel free to buy them,
If you want to.
If you don't. Anyways, I'm Dee. I'm right under Skywinder Books. I'm currently in a 10K a day right now. I think Morgan is no longer streaming, so I don't know how that's going to go for the rest of the night for me. But I am here. I'll be around. I publish things. Follow me. Mia.
And I'm Nia the Vixen of Fiction. You're here on my channel. You can buy my books if you're interested, but you do not have to because you are not babe.
You're not babe. Right, that part.
Only babe.
Only babe.
All of you are babe.
You're all babe. Okay. You can follow me. Everybody's going to be linked below. Yeah, I'm here on YouTube. I'm also over on Twitch. It's been fun. We will be back at the end of Q3 with more hot topics, because there's always hot topics in the bookish community. And there's so many bookish MIDO holes. It's ridiculous. A lot of them are about people ruining books, though. So, I don't know what's wrong with people. Why are you messing up people's books? Anyway. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Let me find my music so you guys can say goodbye, and you guys can see a little Loki.
Wait.